Welcome back. You're tuned into Rush Hour with me, Ankita Saxena. Well, some news on the political front then. Pakistan is set to hold general elections on February the 8th. Former PM Imran Khan is in jail, but he is hoping his candidates can make a mark. But Nawaz Sharif is being seen as the top contender in the PM race, backed by the military. And well, we are joined by Maroof Raza, the consulting editor at Times TV Network, with us to weigh in on the elections in Pakistan tomorrow. Hi Maroof, welcome to ET Now Russia.
Thank you.
Right, Maroof, the world has seen what the fate for former PM Imran Khan has been. Do tomorrow's elections really hold a meaning?
Well, Pakistan has for decades now carried out the farce of being a democracy. This was a decision taken by the Pakistani military brass after the death of General Zia, because they felt that the world likes to engage with the democracy, regardless of the fact that they are run by the military, as is the case in Pakistan. So there will be an election. Electoral rolls are complete. Over 122 million voters have been registered, but the election results are going to be questionable and contestable for the simple reason that the candidates that have been propped up to take part in it all have dubious credentials. Until recently, we'd heard that Nawaz Sharif was a dishonest man. He was not going to be allowed to take part in any elections or even return to Pakistan. Suddenly, Pakistan's army, which was cornered by the public who was really frustrated by how things were going on in Pakistan, and they barged into the houses of senior generals, including the military top brass, suddenly decided that enough is enough, because nobody is in politics, whether in Pakistan or in India, for national good per se. They're in politics for fulfilling their own agendas. And the Pakistan army is a political party. It is also the army, but it is Pakistan's largest and most powerful political party. And they've used every angle to fulfill their agenda of completely sidelining the political opposition to them, which came in the form of the PTI, Imran Khan's party. Now, Pakistan's army has from time to time historically propped up people who were proteges of the army. Nawaz Sharif was himself a protege of the army earlier on, then became Zia's finance minister, and at some stage won election and became a prime minister. Imran Khan was brought out of the blue. In his first elections, he didn't even win a single seat. Subsequently, he was given credibility by the army. And if the blockade of the Pakistani parliament is something to go by, reports had said that the army officers were known to be distributing money to Imran Khan's party members who were sitting on a roadblock to ensure that Nawaz Sharif doesn't make a headway into the parliament. And now Imran Khan's in the bad book. His party's symbol, a cricket bat, has not been allowed. And his party members and senior members, including Foreign Minister Qureshi, have been sidelined, jailed, and more such people will be cornered by the army, because the army uses strong arm tactics in Pakistan. And those strong arm tactics are the ones that put people out of fear, out of the race for any political reckoning. So therefore, Pakistan is a very queer state. It is a country that doesn't have an army itself. It has an army that has a state to fulfill its own agenda. And the Pakistan army sees itself as a very important element in Pakistan's political and military equation. And therefore, they are going to do everything possible to have a stooge put back on the Prime Minister's chair, be it Nawaz Sharif, or be it Nawaz's brother Shahbaz, or be it somebody else. A person has to swear allegiance to the army before they swear allegiance to the Constitution of Pakistan. And that is how the state of play is in Pakistan. It's not going to change. And the West loves the farce of a democracy, and therefore they
Right.
support the military in Pakistan.
Right, Maroof, but we all know the current state of Pakistan's economy, a completely tattered economy, and yet the playbook remains the same. So, if Nawaz Sharif returns as the Prime Minister, which is a widely believed thought, how is that likely to impact India, and how will it influence the thinking of the Indian government?
Well, the Indian government would obviously be watching very carefully the developments in Pakistan. But Pakistan's economy is not going to turn around very easily, because what you see of the economic numbers is not the truth. The thing is that there are a lot of elements in Pakistan, political parties, black marketeers, businessmen, the establishment. The costs of running Pakistan are much higher than the tax collected in Pakistan. And therefore, Pakistan needs something close to about 25 to 30 billion dollars a year to run. Now, this farce that the IMF enacts of giving them $3 billion to ease them out of a tight spot is a joke. That much of money the army spends on their champagne and caviar. So Pakistan's economy will remain in doldrums because nobody can turn it around unless they do an honest audit of what needs to be done. Aisha Siddiqa, in her book called Military INC, which is all about the military's business interests, has called it milbus, military business. And she has explained in detail how the military runs a whole lot of institutions, both formally recognized by the government and informally, they eat funds out of every budgetary allocation that is possible. So the generals and their hangers on are not affected by any steps that are taken to fine tune the economy. And the IMF also knows that the world is not going to let Pakistan go under, because Pakistan is sitting on nuclear weapons, which is their barter card with the world and for the Arab world, because some very rich Arab countries have funded Pakistan's nuclear program for years. And therefore, they have a stockpile kept aside for use in the event if things go from bad to worse with Iran. And the world knows it,
Yeah.
America knows it, everyone turns their eyes. So, really, it's all about money, military,
Right.
and maverick generals.
Right. It's all about maverick generals. On that note, thank you, Maroof. Thank you so much for joining us and weighing in on the situation in Pakistan and the elections tomorrow. But we'll move on now.